We have here the Epson ET 4700. We also have an Epson ET 4800. ET 4800. And the difference between the 47 and the 48 is that the 48 has a mechanism here that allows you to lift up the lid without unscrewing anything. The 4700, you actually have to in order to lift up the lid off the top of this, which is down here, by the way, you have to hit a screw here, unscrew a screw there, and unscrew a screw here. So once you if the lid was on it, once you open that up and hit this screw and hit this screw, then you can kind of maneuver it out. And then I was able to unhook everything. So for the most part, I bought a Amazon off of Amazon. I bought another printer head from Amazon. I thought I got the right one. Everything looked good and everything. And then when I installed it into my 4800, um, my little power button here would it would blink a little bit. It blink, and then it went off, and I could not get it. I tested everything. I tested my wire. I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna buy another one because I really like these because the ink cartridge is easy to refill. It's very economical. Uh, and I wanted to get another one. So I went and got a 47. And the problem with this one, the guy said, yeah, the printer head is working, but it was not printing out all the colors. Like the red would come out and the black would come out, but the blue didn't come out. So I was like, okay, it sounds like what my printer head was doing. But nonetheless, I turned it on and it worked. I was able to print out a couple documents, but again, it didn't have everything together. So then I said, well, let me take this new printer head that I got from Amazon that I just showed you, and I'm going to put that printer head inside of this one. And so when I did that, immediately when I did it, I plugged it up, everything came on, it blinked, and then it went out. And I was like, oh my gosh, that means that printer head that I got from Amazon is faulty. It doesn't work. It's shorting out something. So now I had to figure out, okay, what is it shorting out? And I looked at the board. I looked at the board and everything. Everything looked good. I did find a YouTube tutorial, and the guy he had a printer. It was I don't know if it was a 47 or a 48, but he had one, and he said he had to change out the transistors. So I ordered a pack of transistors for this printer, and as you can see, it's A2222 is for one of them, and the other one is the C C6144. C6144. So I bought these from Amazon. These came in like 2 days. I already have my soldering kit over here, and so what I decided to do was I changed it. I took out two of the bad. I took out both two. I took out a 22, and I'll show you where they are because I'm going to do it again because for some reason it did it again, right? But I'm going to show you how to do it this time so that way you guys will know how to do it. Nonetheless, here it is. Here's the C6144 and and then I must have got them mixed up. Anyways, and then one of those that is a should be as 22. Let's see. Yep. And an A222. So that's the set that goes into on the motherboard. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put this up and I'm gonna take this motherboard out for you guys real quick. I've already taken off the top. In order to take it off, you have to remove the the side panel. And once you remove the side panel, I can show you how to do that. But I'm trying to really just get to the motherboard because that's the most important thing. Because I'm going to solder. I'm going to take it off and resolder. So here we go. Let's get to it. There's a couple screws. There's a screw here. I took off with a little Phillip. There's these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to remove those. There was also a couple of these little wires here, and you just pull those out. I got a couple more I'm going to pull out from over there, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to put you on my phone stand here, and let's take this thing apart and resolder this entire board with another transistor. Right now, this one isn't coming on. This board here uh, doesn't come on. The light doesn't come on because something else that I did, which was I actually I actually took the old printer head out and I cleaned it with alcohol and it worked. It actually was able to give me a pretty good print once I put it back in. Then I entered into the cleaning mode. I wanted to clean the head and then the power went out again. So I'm assuming that the transistor is bad once again and we're going to get ready to take it out right now. So here is the board. Here is the board, and let's get to it. It's really easy, y'all. I mean, this is my third time doing this, and I'm pretty good at it. So here we go. First thing you're gonna do with this ET was 4700 is you're gonna take out some of these screws here on top. So I've already taken this one out, this little screw here. I'm gonna take this one here out real quick. Take that one out. I set all my screws over here on the side. And then there's this little board here. There's a little board here. Just grab it with two hands. And again, the first time I did this, I actually left the lid on. It was a little more cumbersome, but with the board off, I figured I could do a really good video. So here we go. So I just taken that off. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect a couple wires here. Just pull those out. They pop right out. Really easy. It's about 5 of them, I guess. I'll pull this big one out here. All right, got my wires out. So these here are like your little micro cables. Just slide that out. There's one there. There's one here, as you can see. Zoom in a little bit. I can zoom in. Ooh, that's way close. Hey, that's probably better. Come on, stop playing. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. All right, cool. So here's one here. I'm gonna take that one off. Bam. These right here go to the printer head. And this one goes to the printer head. For some reason, every time I look on there, they recommend you change that wire altogether when you change your printer head. Probably something I need to do. Anyways, you got one more screw here that's in the middle. It was really kind of, this is a longer Phillips head screwdriver. So if you had a smaller one, you could probably get in there a whole lot easier. But this long one does at an angle. It works for me. And it's a long screw. So just know that the long screw that you take out goes in the middle, and the two smaller ones, two smaller screws here, they go on the corners. All right, so we pretty much got the board loose, except for now I need to take out this little brace right here. So you have 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. And these go into the plastic. They look totally different from the first 3 that we just took out. Those are machine screws, so they're a little bit smaller. These are plastic. They go through the metal and attach to plastic, so they have more of a like a drywall type spacing when it comes to it. Nonetheless, once you got that, you can pull this little brace off. You gotta set that to the side, and now I can actually get the board out. Board comes out just like that. All right, so the board is out. So what we're gonna do, I'm telling you the problem that I know this board is that for some reason, the printer head, when the printer head goes bad, or you put a bad printer head, you just don't like something with the printer head, these transistors go bad. Now I just replaced these transistors today. It was working until I started to try to clean the printer head with the system, and then it stopped. So I want to know really um if both of them are bad or if only one of them are bad. I should just replace both of them. I don't have the system to actually check to see which one is good or bad. So I think to save time, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull both of them off. All right. Zoom back out. This is how you zoom back out. Where's is there a, there we go. All right, so here we go. Go ahead and get to start on this. I have my soldering toolkit here. I also have you're gonna need if you don't have this right here, you're gonna need a suction solder sucker. Good to have. Gonna need some solder, of course. Gotta have the soldering iron, and I use a soldering blower as well. A soldering blower. And let's go ahead and get this party started. So first thing I'm gonna do is I have my board here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this on. I got mine set to, I have my blower set to 800 degrees. So that's gonna make it kind of easy to pop right on off. It gets pretty hot. It's gonna do the 800. I really could do one at a time just to see which one goes out, but I bought like 10 sets of them, so I should be good enough to actually I should be good to actually use a couple more. Where is this thing located? Where's my tweezers? That's what I'm looking for right now. Okay, no worries. All right, we got that one off. I'm gonna take off the next one. One of these may be good. I just don't know how to actually test them and check them. So that's not good for me, but you know. I should be coming on out of there now. In a minute. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Got both of them off. And just know that the C0144 goes here with the numbers facing down. So you want to make sure the numbers are facing away from you, the way I'm doing it right now. And then the 200, this was the A22 goes to this one. So that's important. Now that I have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my little solder, my solder sucker. Let's get it in there. I'm gonna clean those holes up as much as possible. Got all that up. All right. Got some clean holes there. Clean holes. Solder sucker is the move. All right, so as you can see, the board now is open and ready to go. I'm gonna go straight into the new ones right here. Remember I said the numbers are gonna be facing down when you fold it down. So that's important. I don't need that one on right now. And I have again. I bought like a set of 10, so I guess they knew that these things are problematic. I mean, I guess that's the weakest point in these printers. If your printer head is out of the printer head is crazy. So as you can see, that's the A222. This one is going to go on this side facing down like that. Going to go right over that box right there. And then I have I have the next one here, which is the. Is it gonna zoom in for me? No. Come in closer. It doesn't like me. All right. Anyways. Oh my God, this thing. Trying to look at this camera from here is ridiculous. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. All right. Anyways, you know what it is. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and sit the 3-4 over here in that hole. Sit this in that hole with my numbers again facing that way. Because all I'm gonna do at this point in time is I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna kind of just fold it over because that's where it's gonna sit. I want it to sit on that white box. And again, lift this up a little bit, fold it over. Then I'm gonna come down here underneath, because now I have it kind of right here underneath. I'm gonna fold those. Where we at? I'm gonna go ahead and bend these a little bit so I can get it nice and straight, parallel. And now it's able to sit flat. Then I'm gonna take them out one by one, take them out, and I'm gonna cut a little bit of this edge here. Not a lot. I mean, like a very, very small amount. Just don't want it to be that long on the board. So you just make sure you do your low measurements. See how much you want to get out of there. Get that out. Cut it. You know, that'll be good there, I think. And then do the same thing. I'll do the same thing over here. Just cut a little bit off. I look at it. That's how much I'm cutting off. Not a lot. And actually, I kind of screwed it up a little bit. Let's see. Oh, that's way too much. And if it's too much, if it's too less, I always do another take on it. All right. So here's make sure I check my numbers. This is my C 144. So I'll put my C114 in here like that. Got it sitting in there, C114. I like how much is left at the bottom here. I like how much that is. That'll be cool. It could be a little bit shorter, but I'm not tripping on that. And then let's see how this one looks when I do that one. Do that one like that. And then again, a little bit left at the bottom. That's what you want. And let's hit it up with the solder, and it's done. Put it back on, test and see if the power comes on. Test and see if the power comes on. So I have my solder gun already. My soldering iron, actually. I'm using the iron this time for this one. And let's get it. So if you're having a problem with your Epson ET 48, then what you need to do is, especially if you think if it has anything to do with if anything to do with the printer head, or if your printer, even if your printer head, I don't like this one starting to move on me. Even if your printer head isn't printing properly, it could cause this this issue. So you can throw the printer away and get a new one, or you can spend a little bit of money and learn how to solder. If you know how to solder, then you are in shape, because this is super easy. And I don't like that, because that actually is touching. Make sure I get that out of there. Make sure you got a clean solder joint. Thing looks good there. Let it go down to the bottom. Down. Okay. Look at the back of this real quick. See what we got here. Ooh, that's kind of ugly. Double check and make sure. As long as there's not any contact on these two, this one don't look too good. I don't like the way that one looks. But it's clean. There's nothing touching. Just making sure. Make sure that's clean. That's clean. Okay. And then the back side, good to go. Everything looks good. Those are kind of long, but they ain't gonna bother nothing. Those are kind of long, but they're not gonna bother anything. I could have made them a little shorter. I don't have my short clippers now. But okay, that one is in, and these transistors have been installed. Now we're gonna put it back on. Same way we just took it out. Woohoo. Let's see. All right, here we go. Putting the transistor back in. Try to zoom in just a little bit, not much. All right. Transistors in. Again, numbers. The numbers are facing down towards the board. All you need to do is orientate it the way it came out. Drop it back in there. Drop it back in. This one here at the bottom, I'm gonna put this one in first. I do that because that one seems to be the one with the less slack. You just slide the little blue tabs back in, orientated the way they came out, and just keep going. We just plug and chug right now. I'm gonna power it up and see if the light comes on. I want to put it all back together, but sometimes I can probably just do it by putting a couple of them. But then again, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to have to do this again. So I'm gonna order some maybe OME parts from Epson when it comes down to these printer heads, because that is one of the things that will have me doing this back to back to back to back. And that's how you change out the transistors, you guys. I mean, that was pretty simple, right? Yep, especially because I've done it like 3 times. So I practiced a lot. But I think it's pretty worth it. I really do like these printers. This is a really, really good printer. Printer is just nice. It's really nice. Other than the fact the printer head, the blue on the printer head is the first one to get clogged. And once it gets clogged, I'm trying to use alcohol to unclog it. And that's what I used on this one, was alcohol to unclog it. And it felt like it worked, felt like it worked. When you're putting these in, you guys, they kind of just, you can feel you can just push a little bit and they just go in there, and it's not that simple. I've never messed them up. I've never broken one by pushing them in. But I'm pretty sure if I did it too hard, I could mess it up, but they're pretty easy to get in there. And all I'm doing right now is just putting in all these little connectors that we took out. These are like either they go to something, they go to power. All right, so we got all of that connected. I got all my little cables connected for that part. And what I'm going to do now is set it back into the little groove. The little groove that it has to sit into. And there's a little hoo-yah that it pops in and out of there. Okay, so we got that. We're in. And let's put these screws back. First thing first, we're gonna put this brace back in. This goes behind that, right here. Kind of fits in. Got a little slot, little plastic slot here that fits into that little slot. Put our screws back. Yeah. No, actually, that goes on the outside, I think. Or the inside? No, it might be on the inside. That goes on the outside of that one, though, for sure. There we go. So yeah, if you have an Epson 4700 or 4800, that they differ a little bit by the way they open. And if you have it and you had a power just drop, at some point in time if you had a power drop some point in time while you were printing, it is probably due to the fact that your printer head is, actually, I don't want to put this one in yet because I might not, I'm gonna need to put the top on. Well, I'll go ahead and put this one in. It's probably because your printer head is not cooperating with you anymore, and it's causing your transistors to go bad. And in order to get that done, you have to take the board off. It's a very, very easy soldering project. It's not hard at all. I think on a if you are somewhat savvy with your soldering iron and you have done soldering before, this is a piece of cake. So as you just saw in the beginning. So anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and put it together and see if I can get this power on real quick so I can test it. If the power comes on, that means I'm good. Even though I got this bad printer head in here, so I'm tempted. Like, I mean, is it bad, or is it just because it was trying to clean itself, and I don't need it to clean itself and bug out again, but it would if it don't like me. And guess what? I got more transistors, so if I have to do it again, I guess I will. But what I was really hoping I could do is actually test the transistors. But I don't have a transistor tester, and you actually do need one. I know how the transistors work. It's like a couple diodes in it that allows you to allow power to go one direction but not the other direction. So I guess when they are bad, or when it snaps or just stops doing what it's supposed to do, it causes no power to come into the board, which I guess is a pretty cool safety mechanism. Maybe that's a safety feature. So anyways, we got that on, and put the little motherboard back on. Don't forget the board that goes back here. Slide that in there. I'll probably have to reset the time. All right, so we got that there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the top on, so because you gotta have a couple things you gotta have on, and I believe you have to have the screen on. You gotta have this on. So these wires here is what we're going to be working on right now. I'm kind of just sitting on top. There's a couple hooks that allows you to take the top off. So just be careful. Maybe I'll make another video about that. But there we go. I have my top on. I'm gonna have to hold it now in order to get it. But you have this one here that goes on the front of the board. Little micro cable, and I didn't put it in there right, so I got to make sure I line it up perfectly. And I think I'm gonna. There we go. Oh no, I got it. This one. Hold on. Make sure that's good. Okay. So yeah, be careful with this one, because it's kind of sitting recessed back down in there, and there you go. So it just went in there like it's supposed to. We got that there. We have a little hook here. You guys can't see, huh? I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's just see if we can get a better angle for you. Come down a little bit. So what I'm doing right here. So there are some nooks and crannies in here that you got to get to, which is why I said I probably shouldn't have put that bracket on, but I think I can get to it. So just maneuver your hand in there. If you got big fingers, you might be in trouble. If not, I might end up taking that off again, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that locked in there, especially. Oh yeah, I can. Gotta use the hand that don't have the gloves on it. All right, let's see. I'm not pulling it off. Ooh, nice. Got it in there. That's one. And then you got two more. You got a small one and a big one. And I want them to be on the inside of this one. And the small one goes over here. Actually, can I do the big one first? No, small one first, which I can't even see it because my hand in the way, but I hit it right. Ooh, I know where to put it at. I know how to get it in there. And then one more. I put too much weight pressure on this lid. Let me stop for a joke will snap off or pop. A little tedious, but it can be done. You'll probably have a whole lot more success and be quicker at it than I am, maybe. But all right, they are in. Those were the ones, and that's why I did that. I guess I could have did that one too last, but we got it in there, and let's finish tightening up. This one here I need to tighten up.
Look, plastic cogs.
Plastic cogs. Like Transformers. All right, we got everything plugged in, and actually now I can test it out to see if the power comes on. So let's see what happens. Let's see if the power comes on. And if it starts blinking, I'm gonna plug it in. If it starts blinking, I'm probably gonna unplug it. That was a sign last time that it was going bad, but it don't matter. Like I said, I got plenty of these things. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Let's zoom out. All right, here we go.
Not even new.
Plugging it in now. I think it's plugged in. Is it plugged in?
I don't remember that tattoo.
Which one? Oh, okay. All right, we got power. We got power. It's going to do its little thing. It went off. Why'd it go off? Oh, man. Yep. I think it blew again. So that printer head is definitely no bueno. I should have took it out and tested it, but I didn't. So now I got to go back in, change it again. This time I'm actually gonna test and see which one is bad, which one goes out. If it's both of them or if it's just one of the transistors that goes out. But yeah, my printer head right now is causing those transistors. And before it didn't power on, but now the printer head is causing the transistors to go bad. But now I want to find out which one is going bad. So the power came on, but it didn't start blinking, and the screen didn't come up either. So sometimes if you can't turn it on, it's a good idea to check your cables, because if that little cable, I'll show it to you. If this cable if one of these cables right here, you got this one and you got a little small one right beside it. If that little small one has a tendency to pop out, at least on mine it did. It had a tendency to pop out when I lifted up all the way, because it actually pulled the wire. It pulled the wire and it would come out. So I put that back in and it works. But yeah, now I'm going to change the transistor this time and actually take the cartridge out, because I believe that the cartridge is causing is just no good. So I got to get two cartridges, because that one now works, now. And I use my little pump here to push when I was testing, trying to clean out the ink printer head. I was using air to clean it out and push it out, so that really worked. So, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and do it over. Part 2. That's what it's all about. You guys are watching this. I'm working on a Epson 4748, doing some trial and error. I know for a fact that I have a bad printer head, And when you have a bad printer head, it will cause your transistors in your on your motherboard to burn up. Similar to like what my BMW did one time. I think it was a BMW. I think it was a BMW that was acting up. I was like, it was acting up, but it was acting up because the transistor that surround the battery had burned out, but it had other ones that you could use. Like it had like multiple transistors. So I thought that was cool. Anyways, here we go again. I'm gonna take it out, take out the transistor. This time, I think I'm going to, before I do that, I'm gonna take the printer head out. So the way you do that, you have a little plastic guard here that kind of guards the printer ink hose lines. So I know you pop those up. I've done this so many times. And you can just pop the black out. I'm gonna take the black out. Take the black out, see it right there. Take the yellow out or whatever color that is. Cayenne. You got the red here, and then we got the blue. Take all of those out. I'm just gonna sit them right there. They're not gonna drip or they don't drip normally, unless you like leave them out for a long time. And then what you need to do is I have this little hook pin, and there's a plastic guide that you have to there's like little latches on the side, and you just push those in, and it frees up one side, and you got to make sure. So I freed up that side, and I come over here and free up this side by pushing it in. And then once I do that, I can actually pop this out. But because I'm doing it in such a different way than I normally do it, because I look at it first, and this thing is wanting to move. But you got to get that out. If you don't, I can't see the back side. So, and plus it's moving on me. Can't see the back side, moving on, and I'm doing it a different way. Like, man, I'm over. There we go, one. Oh, there we go. Got it. So this is the little, like I was saying, they have like little clips on the side or little pins. Something that just you can kind of push those in right there on both sides, and it'll release it. And then once you do that, all you need to do is unscrew 3 screws. So you're gonna unscrew 3 screws, the 2 at the back and 1 up in the front. I'm taking this joker out. See that there? 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Done this so many times. I need to be a licensed Epson 747 48 repair guy. If I had all the parts with me, it'd be easy. Oops, sorry about that, guys. All right, so once you take those 3 screws out, then you have the little cable here. You can just push the little cable out the little hole there. And then if you can, sometimes it'll pop up. If not, you have to guide it up on the other side. Got it up on the other side. And see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands. So let's see. I'm gonna need both hands. Got it up there. And then kind of walk it up. And now you got it up. Don't let it fall back in there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So there you go. Here's the printer head. This is the printer head, and this is the one that I just cleaned it out. Sorry, I just cleaned it out with alcohol. So maybe it's not responding, but nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out because I can't do anything if it's gonna keep shutting down. And actually, I'm looking at this little cable here. What is going on? What is going on? I was looking at my cable here, and man, I don't know, for some reason it looked like it did look like I had some kind of crossover connection. Like, what's going on? This stuff. If that was going on, that's not good. But it was fine first, so anyways, that's probably why they say you should replace it. But nonetheless, it looks fine. Here's the printer head that's I guess bad now. That's not working. I can see the black like it was trying to work or it was working, but it's like when these things go bad, they will cause the transistors to go bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the transistor and not put this in and see if it just blinks and tell me if I get an error like an error E01, that lets me know that it's the cartridge is not in there. So it's going to give me that um, it's going to give me that error, and I'll take that error versus it blowing the transistor. So here we go. Take it off again. All right, bam, bam. We got those two undone. Take those two out. And guys, I've already done this one time, so I'm doing this right here a little faster. So if you didn't see the first time, it'll be at the beginning. Most people probably won't even watch this thing all the way through. But then again, maybe you will. Maybe you'll get like, hey, I got it. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to take the lid off now. Lid has been removed. And now we're going to go ahead and take off the board. So let's get it. Let's get it. Man, I done changed. I'm at number 6 right now on these transistors. I do not want to change another transistor. I promise you I don't want to change another one. I do not want to change another transistor. I'm going to bed. It's Christmas Eve and I'm up here playing with this darn printer like I ain't got nothing else to be doing. But that's just how I am. Once I get started on it, I can't stop. I'm gonna complete the mission. Don't complete the mission. Make sure you take off that little brace. I did that before already. Go ahead and start unscrewing the motherboard. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take off the little, there's one little, you can't see it, guys. I'm sorry, you guys can't see. I'm trying to see if I can get you a better angle. Okay. So go ahead and take off this one here. Pull this little wire down out. Bam, that one's out. Take out my little tiny machine screws. Got 2 of these, one on the other side. Make sure you don't let it drop. Don't lose it. And I say that, watch what happens. Luckily, I have a magnetic tip. And it allows me to do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around a little bit. Put those in there. I'm gonna do it like that. Boom. Go ahead and get that one off. Yep. Take off my little motherboard right here. Get in there a little bit. When this thing zooms in, it zooms in, don't it? Boom, move that out of the way. Put that over there. Got one screw in the middle. This is the long one. The longest one that, your longest machine screw goes in the middle of the board. So you gotta make sure you get that one out. I'm using this longer Phillips, but it works for me because I know the angle, how to do it at an angle. So I'm hitting that up. Bam. Now I just put these transistors in there, and because I just put these transistors in, and because I just put it in there, I just didn't want to change one. I guess I was just testing out the printer head that was on it, but the printer head is definitely not cooperating with me. So because it's not cooperating with me, I had to change it again. So again, if you have a bad printer head, if it causes you to lose power, then you got to change out these 2 transistors. And what I want to do this time, believe it or not, is I want to find out if I change one transistor with a good one. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do now. So, okay, I took it out. I took it out this way. And here's my A22s and my C10, my C0144. I'm going to change only one of them and put it back in and see if the power comes on. Because I bet only one of them is getting blown. I don't know which one. So I'm going to change this one and then see if it comes on. If it doesn't come on, I'm going to change the other one. I'm going to change the A222 one first. So here we go. Which one should I change? Yeah, A22. Turn that on. All right, here we go. All right, guys, getting ready to start the soldering, the desoldering actually. Let's get it. I have my heat gun, heat blower. Gonna heat up. I'm only gonna take one of them off this time. I know I'm doing a lot of stupid stuff for no reason. It's like, but I don't have a tester, but I can't believe that both of them are going bad. I don't believe that both transistors are going bad, but I believe one of them is. I wish I knew which one it was. Um, no indicator that can tell me that, I guess, other than switch out both of them. To save time, I can switch out both of them and just call it a day. But to really figure it out, it would be nice to know which one is bad. But either way, it's all good. I'm gonna do what I do. All right. That is the 1444. Um, I could, man, I'm so stubborn. I'm so stubborn. But I'm gonna do what I do. All right, I got my transistors. Have my 200, 222. It's gonna go there. And last but not least, the 314. I got one more set left. One set left. Let's see what happens. I'm done after this. All right. That's how they're gonna go. Make sure the numbers are facing. The number is gonna be facing down. And go ahead and throw that boy. Hold that boy. Got him. Take them out, cut them. A nice little length. I cut them on too. Last time I cut them too long. But this time I'm gonna cut them a little shorter. Cut them a little shorter. Cause I thought it was too long last time. Seriously. What we got here? Okay. Yeah, it looks better. Got that one. Okay. Now I'll get the soldering in there. All right, we're ready to put some solder on this puppy. All right, there you go. Nice and clean, look good. Rock with that. Shoot, this bottom look way longer. Like, what was I thinking about? How did I cut that so long? Maybe because I didn't bend it up. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra excess on the bottom there. But nonetheless, it don't matter. All right, let's put it back together. Put it back together. All right, we're gonna put it back together. Same way we took it out. And then test it out for power and see if I get the power. If I get the power and it don't, do that thing, then I just know that my printer head, I'm getting a new printer head. So yeah, let's get it. All right, this one go here. I like to connect all my fixtures before I get started with anything. Get that little tiny one down there that I don't like waiting till the end, but last time I said I could have got it at the end. I just felt like it's just in the spot where you want to get it as soon as possible. And even now, it's still giving me a hard time. And I got space. There you go. Got me in there. Get you in there. these screws back in. Actually, let them go first. Before I put the screws in, last time I had a little trouble with the board on top, but I don't think I'm gonna be a problem this time. The long machine screw goes in the middle. Right. Then we got your small machine screws. Goes in the corner. Luckily I have this magnet tip screwdriver. Stays on there. Yeah. We have our little board. I don't know what this board is, but I don't know what it goes to, but you know, I take it out, I put it back. I take it out, I put it back. The little holes, line them up, push it in, bam. It's really easy when you got the cover off, that's for sure. Check, check, check. That looks good, that looks good. Bam, bam. Let's go ahead on and put our little brace back on. Goes in the back here. Right there. The back and the front. The back. Whoop. And actually, I think I said I didn't want to do that brace because, but I got to use the brace, but I don't have to, but I don't. I don't have to, but I will, just because I was going to take that lid off. So I got my screws here. All right, we're going to be ready for the lid here in a second. We'll be ready for the lid. Check, 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 check. And the lid is going to have the rest of my connections. Here's the lid with the rest of the connections there. Gotta get them in. Just gonna kind of sit it up there for now. There we go. Sit it up there. All right, this one goes to the front. And this was the one that was giving me a little bit of trouble last time, but because I had the lid already on, but by not having the lid on and doing it this way, it's actually way easier. Yeah, way easier. The micro cable just goes in there a lot easier. We'll move that out of the way for a second. Bring our next set of cables and wires. Get a little closer this time. Alright. Get this one in there first. And remember, this little tiny one goes on the little back wall here. Bam, got that one in. Put it down there. That's gonna go up there. And these here, these go on the inside. Yep. So, tuck these under. These little strips in there. Right. Okay, all the cables are in. Let's test the power. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we got it. At the end of the day, it may not work. It may, but it shouldn't. But what it won't do is blow the transistor because the cartridge is in, and that's what I'm hoping for. If it don't blow it, then I'm good. If it just give me an error message, then we're good. All right, here we go. Turn it on. I think everything is cool, even though it's gonna be like beep. Actually, I'm gonna sit this in there. Put this back on the other way. Before I do that. Reset these back in here. It's gonna try to move. I already know it's gonna try to move. Okay. Yeah, because that's not plugged up to anything. Let's see what happens. See if I get an error message, which is what I'm hoping I get. Okay. Well, actually, I'm just hoping that my light come on and gives me an error message. So here we go. It's plugged in and light is on. Epson. Blinking. All right, that's good for me. I'm gonna unplug it because I know it's not in a good situation. All right, well, we did it. So again, if you're having all right, so again, if you're having you know, no power when you hit the power button of your Epson 47 or 48, you need to buy some transistors because the transistors, one of these transistors or both of them are going bad because the printer head is causing a problem. I just took my printer head out. That's causing a problem. I need to order 2 printer heads for this one, for this printer, and also for that printer, and then I'll have both of them up and running. But I was going to throw both of these away, but I didn't. I ended up changing out the transistors and it brought the power back. So those things are very sensitive when it comes to the printer head and transistor system is very, very sensitive. Make sure you use the right ones. Once I find it, I'll put a link into the description of which ones to use. This printer head, I spent a lot of time on this printer head cleaning it. I use alcohol. And it worked. It actually did work for a second, and then I tried to clean it using the actual cleaning system on here, and then the power went out. So I think because I cleaned it and then maybe trying to use the this system, maybe it was wet still inside. I don't know. Everything seems cool, but it did print a couple documents for me, and I was fine with it. But I was like, let me just hit the print, and then it canceled it out. It killed it. So that's what happened with this one. So there we go. You guys, I'm out. I'm done. It's been a long day of fiddling around with this. This is an hour video, so hope it helped. Do you have any ESD foot straps on? Oh man, I do. You know what? I did not have my ESD foot straps on, my guy. I did not have any ESD foot straps. I actually was not super. I wasn't doing it the way I supposed to. I used to work at MRI devices, so I used to Hey man, I know what you're talking about. I didn't do that, so I was being lazy, and I could have damaged it a little bit more, but I don't think I did. Static shock, and and the capacitors having energy, having your capacitors having um, power current in them could have definitely shocked me. Gave me a little jolt, but I did not have that issue because I was being very careful about the parts that I were touching. So, a good question. I appreciate that. And yeah, there we go. So, have any questions? Let me know. Let me know what you. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know. But yeah, that was both my printers. Got them both running due to the fact that I had to change the transistors on the motherboard, both of them. Um, and I changed this one like 3 times because I kept messing it up by putting bad printer cartridges in it. So, but nonetheless, printer cartridges are important and sensitive.